All right. Welcome everybody to the Jason Estrella show, where we try to talk about basketball in particular as
It's a real sound, and I made sure
where we try to
it's
talk about
it's a
basketball
real sound,
as
accurate. It's a
there
real
you
sound,
go.
and I made
There
sure
you
that
go. We're gonna figure that out. But this is the show where we try to talk about basketball and other things as accurate as possible. And as always, we're not thanking nobody because we got no sponsors, baby. But it was a wild night of the NBA. And it was a wild night in the NBA last night. And, we'll be talking about why I'm wearing all black today. We'll also be going over the wild and interesting ending to the Orlando Cleveland game. And last but not least, for sure, the shocker. The Milwaukee Bucks shocked the NBA world. But, before we get into that, let's post this bad boy. But, to the Orlando Cleveland game, it was a crazy night of basketball. All right, let's go, baby. So, like I said, we'll be talking some hoops. We're gonna be talking basketball today. Playoffs is underway, and we can't start, like I said, without me talking about why I'm wearing all black. And for obvious reasons, the New York Knicks. So, the New York Knicks last night lost to the Philadelphia 76ers 112-106 behind the guy himself, Tyrese Maxey, balled out. 46 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds on 56.7 from the field, 58.3 from 3. He shot 7 of 12 from 3. 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 62.5%. And, Joel Embiid, who looked really hobbled throughout the game and just not aggressive, also gave 10 assists, 16 rebounds, and was 7 of 19 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3 for 25%. And Tobias had a good game as well, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. He shot 3 of 6 from 3. And on the other side, for the Knicks, Jalen Brunson had himself another 40 piece. He gave the Philadelphia 76ers 40 points on 13 of 15 shooting, 46.9%, 4 of 11 from 3, 36.4. Got to the line 9 times, made 6 of them, 66.7%. Also added 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. And, we got a little bit of scoring from McBride, who, like I said yesterday, I was expecting to have a good game from and try to relieve some pressure off of Brunson, which he was actually able to do. He gave 14 points, had another 4 assists. OG had himself a couple of threes, 2 of 5, and he had 17 points, 2 steals, 6 rebounds, 18 points for Josh Hart, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Yeah, what a game, man. And I got a couple things, man. Do we watch the video, man? Like, should we do this? Should we watch the video? Cause brother, what am I watching, bro? Kendrick. No, not this one. Let's go Knicks, bro. Let's go Knicks. What is this, bro? Yeah, they're winning, bro. Maxi gonna shoot that. Oh, they called a 3-and-1, bro. I was going through it in real time, bro. Like, what are we doing, wait, bro?
What the fuck just happened?
What? And we'll look at this play. Hart goes 1 for 2, point game. I was.
Fuck.
I said it right before this.
Fuck.
He's gonna look to shoot it.
No! Fuck!
Oh my god. I can't. Listen, Tyrese Maxey had a hell of a game. He balled out. Like I don't want to take anything away from him. He played great. I don't know if him and Embiid had a conversation, if he just had a sense. Embiid just wasn't aggressive early on, right? He wasn't looking for his shots. He wasn't the same. He wasn't the same guy that we've seen throughout the series. And let's see what the first quarter was looking like. Like, he only had 3 through the first. Maxey had 11. In the second, I think he tried to pick it up a little bit. He had 5, but it wasn't kind of like what the games that we have been noticing before, where he was able to get going a little bit earlier. That's why they would have these leads, you know, at some point, these 10-point leads. And Maxey was just getting loose, and I couldn't believe they weren't double teaming him. I can't. Let's just find it, man. Like I said, he was phenomenal, and I couldn't. I'm gonna try to find this as well too, because I could not believe that throughout the game, every single time Jalen Brunson had Tobias Harris on him, it's like his eyes would get big, bro. He was just destroying him. And you know, it's something that they used to do back in the day, you know, the older NBA, where they would match up hunt and look for these mismatches and keep going at it until they double team them, or until they stop it. And you know, when Brunson was getting going in the second and the third, he was getting a lot of these one-on-one situations on Harris, and he was just cooking him. But down the stretch, there were a couple scenarios where he had that, and they decided to go for pick and rolls, like this right here, right? Right, so like right here, he's been taking this one-on-one the whole time, but he's scored on him a few times already. So instead, they go for this pick and roll, I'm assuming to try to get the other guys involved, because Brunson was already going. And they were able to get a shot here, right? But, you know, it happened again a couple times, and their offense, especially Brunson, he wasn't finding some of those shots like he was before. And I think that they just started going to these pick and roll situations down the right side, and they just kept challenging Embiid. And Brunson hit a layup on him. But in the playoffs, when you're going against another star, especially the last minute of the game, you can't depend on a referee to make that decision to choose a star, basically, to pick a side. Like, which star am I going to call the foul on? Especially with the term marginal contact that they've been going on and on about all these playoff and during the playoffs. You just can't depend on that. The other part to that is Joel Embiid is a good player. And he just decided to start dropping back a little bit and meeting Brunson at the rim instead of bumping Brunson early on, expecting to shoot that mid-range pull-up because he just kept attacking him. They never switched the side. They never got Brunson to his left hand going to the left. And, you know, like, I just wonder. The other part that you know I was screaming about during the game was they never put Hartenstein back in the game during the fourth, or you know, I thought they would put him back in, but they just didn't. Instead, Mitchell Robinson was in there he was really doing a great job on Embiid. You know, aside from the foul at the end of the game, which we'll get to in a little bit, he was doing a great job of containing Embiid one-on-one, tapping the ball consistently, and when Embiid was trying to post up, especially in those scenarios, I felt like Embiid was probably trying to draw fouls because he looked like he just had no energy. So I thought he was trying to draw fouls in that situation, and Robinson just did a good job of denying it. And although he was doing great, I felt like there were just moments where we really could have used some scoring with Hartenstein, especially with Embiid not being very aggressive and being more passive on defense. Maybe Hartenstein could have gotten some of those shots and freed up Brunson on some of these pick and roll situations. But it seems like Thibodeau just went with a more defensive lineup to try to close the series out, which, you know, I guess makes sense. He's a defensive coach and he trusts his guys on defense, and they just fell a little bit short. Let me see. I guess we can get to some of the. Here's another one. Here's one of these Brunson situations, man, where he just kept attacking it, and where Embiid is coming up high and Brunson attacks him, you know, they probably won't show it because Brunson didn't convert. What Embiid started doing was he would start meeting him a little bit lower, so Brunson doesn't have all of this room to get by him and get a clean look. So they were body to body at this point instead of Brunson having a wide open layup. And like I said, you can't expect the referees to consistently make that call, especially down the stretch, right? It was when they want to let players decide the game. But on top of that, you can't keep running it expecting a player like Joel Embiid to keep playing it the same way, right? It was as if they thought he would just keep doing this, and that just wasn't the case. And, you know, they didn't convert on some of those, which I thought was really, really crucial, man. And Tyrese Maxey was just having himself a ball game. Let's try to look for. Here's another thing, man, about these pick and rolls. I felt like Brunson was doing such a great job in isolation and getting shots. I just wish that they would have just let him go get this, because look at it's a tough shot, granted, but you know. Alright, and now let's just watch this final sequence, because I mean it's gonna hurt my soul, but let's do it. All right, we go up by 6. There's 28.9. I'm like, all right, this is good. In my head, we're good. Because it turns into a free throw game. Don't let them hit a 3. Force them to get a 2. And listen, I get it. Robinson tried, man. I get that you can't foul in that situation. But he had hit so many threes. And he just so happened to get an end one. It's just, like I said, injured, like he's hobbled as well. So Mitchell Robinson, you know, he fought through this. He was doing a great job on defense. It's just one of those, that's just tough, man. His momentum just, look at this, man. What? Here. I could show this whole sequence, actually. Excuse me. I could not believe what my eyes were showing me, man. It's one of those things where, as a fan of it, it's like there's no way, right? All right, here we go. All right, they're trapping him. They get it up. They're moving. They're trying to kill a little bit of time, but they do still need to attack. They did the smart thing of fouling Josh Hart, right? What is he? What is this guy? For the year, right? For the year, he is a 79.1% free throw shooter. It's not great. Definitely not great. But you look for, he's, you know, one of their guys. You gotta hit these free throws, man. Like, you gotta hit that, bro. You gotta hit that and make it a 2-possession game. You gotta hit it and make it a 2-possession game. Clank the first one. That shit just rolls in. And here I was screaming. Because he's been hot. Right? And similar to like that, the Steph Curry shot on OKC, it's granted, great players are going to make great plays and they're going to recognize stuff. But especially nowadays, you gotta meet these guys at half court. Maxey likes to shoot long shots. Maybe not like Steph and Dame, but he likes to shoot long shots. And he just gets a clean look. Like, he just gets a clean look, man. And here Brunson's trying, you know. Oh, I didn't even fucking. Here you go. We play this out. I was screaming, man, because he's been on fire, and we know they need a 3. They have no timeouts, right? He needs to shoot a 3. And you got to start picking these guys up at half court, right? You see him setting this pick, you force him to blow by you. Right? You force him to blow by you. Because what's going to happen is you're going to trail him and he's going to have to shoot with you behind him. But he got to step into a 3. And Brunson trying to hunt another another foul, right? Funny thing is, a situation like this in transition is probably where I would have rather him get a pick and roll rather than the times he was getting pick and rolls at the end of that game. It's just tough. It's just tough, man. And then I guess the only other part that I kind of want to look at is this. Let's see, if we could take a look at this last Brunson shot. Where is this shot, man? The turnover. The turnover was fucking huge, man. Right here. Right, so we're down to 24.2 left, right? And like I said, for whatever reason, he's been just living on this. He's just been living on this side of the floor in the end of the game. I don't really understand why, but the few times he did get looks on the left side, he was able to get some shots, but he was trying to get a shot off because of to get some time to get a stop and hopefully get the ball back. This is a situation where I felt like he could have tried to get in his bag a little bit, and Batum was gonna block it, mishandled it, and from there it was pretty much over. And that's kind of someone when you're 6'2" and they put someone with height on you. Sometimes these sidesteps and step backs, they only work so far, and you got to hit tough shots. And that's where a situation where, God, you wish he was 6'6", because he would have been able to rise a little bit over that. But you live with it. The Knicks have a game tomorrow night, and they have to win that game, man. I'll be honest, they have to win that game, because if they don't, it's going to be tough. They're going to have a lot of pressure going back home at the Garden. They have to win that game. It's a road game. They had a great game on the road the last time, and they need to be able to close it out, right? They need to be able to close that out. Man, that was tough. That's a tough loss, man. Tough loss. Moving on to probably one of the most slept on series. This series might go all 7 games, bro. I'll tell you right now, it might just go all 7 games. Cause what do they say? The series doesn't start until a home team loses. And a home team hasn't lost a game yet this series, man. We are 5 games in, and a home team is yet to lose a game. Cleveland won in a real interesting way, man. 104-103 last night. Let's take a look at some of their stats. 104-103. Paolo Banchero had himself a game. He had 39 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 87.5%, 4 of 7 from 3, 57.1%, and 14 of 24 from the field for 28.3%. The closest guy on his team in terms of points was at 14, which was Franz Wagner. He had 14, 1 block, 1 steal, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Got to the line 8 times, made 7 of them. 1 of 6 from 3, 3 of 11 from the floor. And when we look at Cleveland, Mitchell and Garland had themselves a good game. 28 for Mitchell with, what is this? 2 steals, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 1 of 7 from 3, 9 of 23 from the field. 23 for Garland. He also had 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from 3, and 9 of 16 from the field. But it was a really back and forth game, and we got to the very end of it, and it was really interesting, man. Like I didn't really understand. I didn't really understand what was going on. I think this is just youth and inexperience. Just guys just not knowing any better. But here, let's see. No, we don't need this one. Here. See the ending. Let's see. Let's skip all the way to the fourth quarter. Free throw line pull up. Listen, man, I was saying it yesterday. This guy Paolo Banchero plays, you know, he got that mellow package for sure. He's big. He uses his size, gets to the midi game. You know, kind of like Melo, he could dribble, but it's nothing crazy. He just, when he rises up, man, it's curtains. I don't even think he sees most of these guys. Bad play there. He should have went corner. Mitchell got to the line. He got to the line quite a few times there in the final quarter, man. Let's see. Donovan Mitchell got to the line 10 times in the fourth. He went 9 of 10. 14 of his 28, I believe. 14 of his 28 came from the fourth quarter. And 9 of 10 were from the free throw line. Look at this. Too small. Cash. Cooking everyone. They were throwing everyone at him. They were throwing everything but the kitchen sink at this fool, man. And let's go. Garland, good pass. Man, he's real underrated, man, especially because he's playing in Cleveland. Garland is real good. And this is where it starts, man. 40.6, right? 102.98. Y'all down. You guys need a bucket, right? And I understand him trying to get downhill right here, right? In this situation. It's in transition. Mobley's up really high. 37.1. He's just trying to get a quick basket. Gives him a spin. Uses the rim as protection and throws it up, right? And gets that little layup. And that was great. I love the fact that he's being aggressive, right? What I can't tell you what's going on in his mind right here. There's 10 seconds left and you guys are down 2. The guy that's setting you the pick, I don't know if this is a coaching thing. I don't know what this is. The guy setting a pick has 30. Well, at this point, he has 36 points. How many of it came? Let's see. He has 36 points, right? At this point, he has 13 in the fourth quarter, right? 5 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. This guy is doing it all for you guys on offense right now. And the fact that in these 2 possessions, he don't touch the ball, he don't get a look at the basket. He's been your best player all year. He's your all-star. And not to mention the fact that he has a game that's perfect for the playoffs, perfect for these situations. He has a midi game. You guys are down 2. You don't even need a 3. And the fact that Mobley adjusted, right? Because one, this wasn't in transition when he's attacking him. You're attacking the guy that's second in the playoffs in blocks per game. Evan Mobley is averaging 2.2 blocks per game. And you decide to go at him. I get it. Maybe you're not seeing, is this Max Strus? Maybe you're not seeing him. But the fact that you don't give this fucking ball up, thinking you're about to turn this corner on 7 foot tall Evan Mobley, it's just a lack of awareness, man. It's just a lack of awareness. It's you know, Denver, like the Denver Nuggets, for example, what they've shown in that Lakers series is when it gets down the stretch, they have their auto setups, right? They have that pick and roll, that pick and pop, or they're gonna dump the ball to Jokic in the post. They have their auto setups for Jokic and for Murray. You have a guy that you could do that for. And as a player, you need to be aware that this guy has not only been carrying you guys this whole game, so he's earned the right to take this shot, but he's also done it all year. And you just need to have some better self-awareness, man. You need to give that fucking ball up, bro. You need to understand the situation at hand, and you just need to give that ball up. I get it that he set you to pick. You better take that pick looking for him, because you know he's gonna pop. He wasn't gonna dive. Like what are we doing, man? This guy had 36, and he mad as hell too at the end of this shit. What? He mad as hell. 3.2 seconds. Let's see the ending of this, man. This is that hero ball shit, man, that Franz Wagner was just doing. Right? So Mitchell puts them up 4, right? 3.2 seconds left, timeout. This guy has been so on fire that he hits this too. And I know he looking around for a foul, but what he really looking around for is, why the fuck didn't I get this shot the last possession? That's what he really saying right there, bro. He know he know he didn't really get fouled, but he looking for it. Look, he mad as hell. He like this motherfucker just took the last 2 shots. He's tight, and he should be. Oh, here, I didn't even. My bad, y'all. My bad. I gotta do a better job of that. So here, Mitchell makes it 104-100, right? 3.2 left. He hits this shot. Obviously not trying to foul. He's trying to look for it. He gets bumped a little bit, but you can't call that. And he's looking for the foul. Look at him. He's like, where's the foul? Where's the foul? But like I said just before, he's not looking for the foul, man. He's saying, where the fuck was this shot the last possession? I should have got this shot. He really want to point. He really want to point at him. He really want to point at him. Like, wait. I didn't get that shot. He's like, you know I'm on fire. And, you know, Cleveland here just trying to inbound and just got the ball out real quick. And didn't even... Look at him. He mad as hell. Wagner over here trying to run to the ball like, look. I tried to play some defense. Fuck out of here, bro. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? So, weird ending. I don't know if that's a wild ending, but weird ending for sure. And like I said, a home team is yet to lose in this game, in this series. I don't know, man. I don't know. Mitchell has been averaging like 25, 26 at home. He's been averaging like 15 on the road. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But going on to a wild game now. The Milwaukee Bucks shocked the world. Listen, I was wrong about fucking everything yesterday. I was wrong about the Knicks. I was wrong about Milwaukee. Because what the hell happened with Milwaukee last night, man? First of all, Chris Middleton is having himself another game. He's proven why he was so key in that championship run. I know some people want to take that away from them, but it doesn't take away from the fact that he played really well in that stretch. He also has, he has a great mid-range game, can play ISO, hit threes. He has a game that could close, his style can close games out. Excuse me. And I know Halliburton was having back problems going into the game, and so they were, he wasn't himself. To be honest, he really hasn't been himself to me in a while. I guess injury aside, I was kind of looking for him to really I was looking for him to really put his stamp on this series, right? Being the Team USA, going to the All-Star game, but that just didn't happen. And right here we see Bobby Portis, and this is exactly why we couldn't have this fool out the last game, man. He gonna make some plays because you're gonna have to double team him in some of these situations because he's the next man up. You don't have Dame, you don't have Giannis. Chris Middleton is showing up. You the next man up, and the fact that he got himself kicked out of the last game, you just wonder, right? You just wonder. And he had himself a great game. I didn't even go over some of the. Here, let's go over some of the stats for this game because holy. So Milwaukee won 115-92. For the Pacers, you had no one scored above 20. You had 7, 12, 13, 12, 16, 12, 7, 6, 3, 4. It was no one had a breakout game. Miles Turner, who had a great game last game, only went 1 of 4 from 3, 5 of 12 from the field. I'll get back to him in a second. And Tyrese Halliburton had 16 and 6, and that's just not going to get the job done in a closeout situation. Excuse me. Chris Middleton for the Bucks, 29 points, 5 assists, 11 rebounds. 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 4 of 7 from 3, 9 of 20 from the field. Bobby Portis, 29 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 10 rebounds. No free throw attempts, 1 of 3 from 3, 14 of 24 from the field. That means he was doing a lot of his work from the midi. So he wasn't getting free throws, but he was doing a lot of his work from below the free throw line, right? Which, gets someone like Malik Beasley, who was just shooting the lights out. I think we saw it in that highlight earlier. Him being in that mid post, now they got to go double team him. If it's not Siakam on him, it's going to be a mismatch. So they had to double off him, and Malik Beasley was able to eat off of that all night. He added 18 points. Like I said, 4 of 6 from 3, 7 of 11 from the field. Right? And then Patrick Beverley, 13 points, but 12 assists. That's what we were expecting from Halliburton, but that's what we got from Patrick Beverley instead, man. So, what a game. What a game. And let's see. Right here, we could watch some of this. So like I said, like I was saying yesterday, man, the Pacers are a three-point shooting team, a jump shooting team, but a three-point shooting team. And when it's going in, it's nice. But for the most part, the only person that really gets to the rim consistently for them is Siakam. He's, you know, the only guy close enough to the rim to grab a bunch of rebounds. This guy, Miles Turner, at 6'11", this guy, Miles Turner, at 6'11", gave us 5 rebounds last night, man. No Giannis. No Giannis. Brook Lopez only had 3 rebounds. But, like, that can't be the case where your center is getting 5 rebounds. I can tell you right now. Game 1, he had 8, 1 offensive rebound. Game 2, he had 7, no offensive rebounds. Game 3, he had 9 with 1 offensive rebound. Game 4, he had 9 with 1 offensive rebound. And last night, he had 5 with 2 offensive rebounds. So, on a team where you have jump shooters and three-point shooters, you guys need someone to crash the offensive boards. You need someone to create extra possessions, right? You need to be able to shoot more threes, but you can't do that if you're not able to get offensive rebounds and just rebounds, period. This guy literally runs from one three-point line to the other. I don't even think he touches the baseline. What are we doing? And I'm sure this is a him problem, but what do the coaching staff tell him? Like what do y'all do? 5 rebounds in a potential closeout game? So you mean to tell me if you not hitting threes, motherfucker, what is the point of you being out there 6'11"? You just being there tall for no reason. I don't know how the hell he got 3 blocks. Because he had 3 blocks last night. Because you're not getting no defensive rebounds. So, like what? So, yeah, man. This Pacers team, I think the Bucks, they almost kind of get a pass. Doc Rivers gets a pass because of their injuries. But even if the Pacers win this series, I have more questions. I come out with more questions than I have answers or proof of how good they are, right? It's more questions about Halliburton. Is he a star? Is he that 20 and 15 guy that we saw for most of the year? That's high efficiency, you know, 3-point shooting, you know, that can give you 25, 30. But what rims? What rims? What you talking about, Shay? Oh, my rims? My glasses. You funny, Shay. But yeah, moving forward, I got a lot of questions about this team more than answers. Which leads me to, speaking of having questions, which leads me to the games tonight, because what the hell is about to happen tonight? Let's see. Tonight we got Miami versus Boston. And the big news about that is Porzingis will be out. So they're not going to have that extra bit of size that they're used to having. Not the extra shooter to spread the floor out. What will Miami do differently going into this game, right? Because if you're Miami, you got to be thinking, the last game, Miami didn't have a great game, but outside of Derek White, Boston didn't have a great game either. And if they can keep Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum from getting off and really getting hot and finding their rhythm early, they'll have a chance. Bam has been really consistent, and it's really a matter of who's going to be able to step up for them. Because what was it? In their win, man. Where is he? In that Heat win, what's his name, had a big game. There you go. Caleb Martin had a big game. Bam, like I said, has been really consistent. But Hero had a big game, but it was Caleb Martin that really offset everything. Because now he was the guy that you didn't expect 20 points from. You might get 12 to 15 points from people here and there, but to get that extra 20 points from someone really threw their game off. So for Boston, who will step up in Porzingis' absence, and can their stars get going early? I want to say Boston is going to close this out. I want to say Tatum's going to have a good game, because I feel like he's really due for a big game. But we'll see. And next, we have the Clippers, Mavericks. And I'll be honest right now, I don't know what the hell is going to happen in this game, man. I could not tell you. I couldn't tell you what was going to happen. What was this? The first game, Clippers won 109-97, and then Dallas won 96-93. And then it was 101-90, and then 116-111. But LA was up 30, and they cut it. It's just, this game has been really up and down. This game, I think I expect to go 7 games. Where are they playing today? It's game 5, so it goes to the higher seed, which is LA. So they're playing in LA today. They both won on each other's floor, so it doesn't even really matter. Today's keys will be is Kawhi playing today? Let's see their injury report. All right, so Kawhi's out. Which honestly in this series is good, because James Harden has done a great job of being the main guy and having the ball in his hands. And having that same thing moving forward for this game is a good sign for them. Right? If you're the Clippers and if you're Harden, he's probably going to look to get some of those fouls at home. Try to get Luka in foul trouble. Try to get some of their bigs in foul trouble. And get into his bag, right? I don't know if Paul George is going to have another game like he did the last time. I don't really expect him to. And we'll see how Russ responds, right? He hasn't had a great series. We'll see if what he could do in their absence, but it'll really come down to the other guys whose role players can hit shots. So that's Norman Powell, that's Russell Westbrook. Whose guys can hit threes, right? For the Mavericks, it's been what? PJ Washington. Let's see right now. Right? Terrence Mann is going to have to hit some threes. You know, Josh Green. Lively had he's a rim runner. But, you know, Derrick Jones is going to have to hit some threes. PJ Washington is going to have to hit some threes. And look for Luka Doncic to play better, right? He was 1 for 9 from 3 last game. I don't know if he'll shoot like that again. But really just moving forward, looking for, like I said, those role guys to be able to hit these shots to open it up for the star players. I'm going to look for Harden to be aggressive tonight. I think he's going to try to take command of the game early. We'll see early on if Paul George's shot is falling or not. And I would expect Luka to also come out really, really aggressive. I think he's going to come out really, really aggressive. Try to get his shots early. Try to get, also kind of like Harden, try to get to the line. Try to get going. Kyrie's done a great job of getting shots in spots. I'm sure he told him, hey, get going early. I'll figure it out. And I think that's probably the conversation that they had. And, you know, we'll see which duo will really come out on top. If it's going to be George and Harden, or if it's going to be Kyrie and Luka. But, you know, for now, that'll be it from me. I'm going to head out. I'm going to watch. I can't wait to watch these 2 games later. Thank God it's 2. The 3 games has been fucking just a lot. But 2 games later, see what happens. I'm excited to see it. Hopefully we get some good games. We had some good games last night. It's been like this. It's been like a night of good games, then a night of bad games, then a night of good games, then a night of bad games. So if we're to follow that trend, probably blowouts tonight. I'm hoping for good games, but it'll probably be a blowout. What's it called? Boston will probably blow out. Probably blow out Miami, and LA will probably blow out Dallas. But we'll see what happens, man. Then again, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.